And we should be live. Welcome to those of you who are fortunate enough to have working internet in order to make the stream tonight. Looks like the audio is going. I am without a lot of my normal accompaniments, if you could call it, tonight. I don't have my laptop next to me because I kind of don't have home internet. I don't have the stream on the big screen to monitor. So I'm kind of winging it, I guess you could say. And let me, on that note, I do have a preview up. Let me make sure that is on super low quality, just to not 144p. There we go. I just don't want to eat up too much data. And hello to everyone in the chat. Gia Chen, Ali BHG, Novell Koss, Vivian Johnson is here. Brad Palmer, Alejandra, Gaby, Ali BHG again, Unknown Canada, Deborah Ball, Michael Nguyen, Lisa is here, Sunjib, Devi Desi Geek. There's a name in a language I can't read. I apologize. COVID Hippo has got to go back to sleep. Good night. The Waffle Wizard. Maddie D, Cody Shaw, thank you guys for tuning in. I almost didn't do this stream. I am a Rogers customer. So this morning when I woke up, my home internet was not working. And you kind of think, oh, well, at some point it's going to come back on. No big deal. Normally what I do on Friday is I would edit my video in the morning, the one for Saturday, and upload it nice and early. But I've just been kind of waiting for this internet to come back on. And it went down like just after 4 a.m. and it's now 8 p.m. and my cable modem is still red. I don't have access to this light because it's a smart light and the switch doesn't work. And I can't use that without the internet. So my lighting's a little different. I'm using my Bell SIM card or my Bell phone to power this stream. Fortunately, the end of the month cycle just rolled over, so I've got a fresh 40 gigs on that, and it seems to be fast enough to maintain the stream. But if there are any hiccups with the stream, I apologize. This is running entirely off of a Bell phone. My Rogers phone is, of course, completely useless, and my Freedom phone is also useless because it is so slow. What I think is happening is because Rogers is down, everyone who has Freedom is probably hotspotting their laptops or their smart devices and milking whatever connection they can out of Freedom. Same thing with Bell. My Bell phone is slow enough that I thought maybe we'll just go outside and do a live stream. I've still got some mobile connections that are working, but I don't really trust it because I took it with me downtown today and I found some areas it was just really slow. I think, again, people are just kind of hotspotting with it. Anyway, so that sets the table for this. I'm just going to go ahead and fire up a video. Enough moaning. Well, I'm sure there'll be more of that. I'll shrink myself a little bit. And this one here is a walk. 2, 3. I'm just syncing the audio. Hopefully the audio is not too loud. From Front Street. This is just like a 15-minute walk, and I'm going to make my way up to King. And we're going to have my last beer. My fridge is now empty. I need to go back to the LCBO. But this is a 4-track IPA. But I did get into my Macallan Scotch last night. So if I'm feeling thirsty after this, I might get back into that. Brandon Lopes says hi. He's liked and subscribed. Thank you. And I did not shake my beer, but it just exploded all over me. So cheers to everyone. So I don't know if we're going to go the full hour and 30 tonight. I do have some videos to play. I just want to hang out. I wanted to have some kind of content up on the channel today. The video I posted this morning is not doing well. This is entirely because of Rogers. I was just going through my analytics, but I am down 8,000 viewers from what I would normally have from this morning till now. That is not a small amount for a channel my size. That's a very significant amount of viewers to be down. And that chunk that's missing is out of the Canadian demographic. I was just checking my analytics. So thank you, Rogers, for that. Thank you to those who are able to show up or who are... Alexa is telling me to unplug my router. So yeah, and I have a video that I have to upload uh, for tomorrow. So I might burn the rest of this Bell data just uploading that video. It's going to be, I think, about 24, 25 gigs. I've got 40 gigs. Like, I'm not going to get fast public Wi-Fi, nor do I really want to connect to public Wi-Fi with my actual YouTube account. Maybe through a VPN. I don't know. It's just a mess. So we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through it. Hopefully by morning it's working. I've heard the good news is my iPhone when I was downtown did come alive, and I did have LTE service, and I did have voice and text. I didn't have 5G, but I had everything else, and it was working. I ran a speed test. It was nice and fast. So that came alive, I think maybe around 5 p.m., 5:30, somewhere around there. But when I brought it up to Midtown, it just died again. So I have no service on my iPhone. Michelle Briggs says you can't get money out. You can get money out, I think, if you go to your own bank's bank machine. You can't get money out if you use another bank's bank machine, because Interac is down, and I think the crosstalk between different systems is down. But I did see people going to the TD Bank machine. What I didn't see people doing were using the bike shares. In fact, I went downtown, I made one video today, and I started in front of a bike share, and I watched like 10 people all go up to it and try to sign out a bike. And it just got to the point where I went over and started explaining, like, hey, they tweeted their service is down. You're not going to be able to get a share bike. So a lot of frustrated, inconvenienced people today. And if you're just tuning in, or if you're American or from another destination and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, we basically have 3 companies, really 2, that control our internet, Rogers and Bell, and one of them has not had service today. If you're on the West Coast, fortunately, Rogers doesn't do a whole lot out there, but they certainly do in Ontario. So we've been out since 4 a.m. They went out for a day like a year ago, and that was just a simple screw up. So hopefully that's it. I don't know. They have not been communicating very well on their tweets. They're just tweeting every few hours some generic bland BS, no ETA. So I don't know. Christine says TD and Royal Bank card members seem to do better today with bank machines. Do you have Bank of Montreal and couldn't use debit, your credit card, or take money out? Oh, that sucks. And you're in BC too. I went to the grocery store on my way home, and I had to pay with cash. Luckily, I had a 20 on me, and it was weird because I picked up milk. I picked up a box of cereal. I picked up 3 frozen meals. They were on sale for like 3 for $8. Then I picked up some bananas, and I was like, wait a minute, I only have $20. And I realized, I quickly did the math, and everything I was buying was going to come out to like 19 something. It's like, all right, I'm done. I can't I can't buy any more groceries. So I took that and I cashed out. So yeah, fun times. I have not paid in cash for anything all year. I think I tipped like the Domino's guy a few times with like toonies and stuff I had lying around, but I haven't actually bought something with cash all year. Johnny T002 says, are they going to have a refund for lost service? They'll probably do like a pro rata commensurate refund based on how long people were down. That's what they did last time. But the problem is there's people running businesses. There's people that are out hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Right? So how can you possibly refund a fair amount? There's a lot of people. I don't really feel sorry for the people that, I can't watch my Amazon Prime Video tonight. Like, shit happens. It's life. Go take a walk. But for people who like legitimately needed it to communicate, yeah, whatever Rogers gives is not going to be enough to compensate. And not to cry, but that includes people like me. Like 8,000 viewers I lost. That's not a small amount. And this stream probably won't be as good, but I mean, I'm not really going to cry about it. It's just, it is what it is. And it's kind of my fault for being in this position tomorrow and not really having any other means of getting a video uploaded. Like, I don't think of contingency plans like that, but Rogers should think of contingency plans, and the CRTC should have something in place where if one of the big networks goes down, they can sort of piggyback and at least get basic service off of another provider. So people, like, you couldn't call 911 in some regions today. Like 911, there's people that lost their life because of this. Like, yeah, so I'm not really going to sit here and cry about losing $100 over some views, but it definitely sucks for a lot of people involved. Kartik had family outside the country, haven't seen them for 3 years. Yeah, like a lot of people couldn't make a call. Joseph says start a class action. I mean, it sucked, but it is what it is. Lisa says it ain't 8,000 views, but it's something. It would have been perfect to top this off with some bowling with viewers after the stream, right? Hop on the Oculus.
It ain't 8K views, but it's something.
Let's do some bowling. It's Friday night, but thank you, Lisa, for the $20. That is super appreciated. And you're right, it's not 8,000 views, but it's definitely something, and it's definitely appreciated. Thank you. Ricardo is with Bell. I'm with Freedom, Bell, and Rogers. You know what's frustrating? I have a Bell fiber connection in my apartment. Not that I'm gung-ho to switch to Bell, but fiber, not actual fiber. And they installed it a few months ago, but it's not ready to go live for residential or commercial service. So I can't use it. I've got this super fast internet that I'm dying to switch to. And because of this, I think I'm going to switch my primary streaming service away from Rogers. Probably not Bell, because I already have Bell at home. But I'll probably switch from Rogers to Telus, and I'll just wash my hands and say, no more Rogers. Like, you fight tooth and nail, and you crush any semblance of competition. And yet, you're just powered by pure greed and incompetence as a company. So, it is what it is. Matty D says when he visited in May, he used Telus. When I started live streaming on this channel, the first provider I got was Telus. Telus is, they call it Robulus, Rogers, Bell, and Telus. Kind of like the evil trio. I think Telus is the least evil of the three. They also have the least market share and the least control. And, not surprisingly, the best network. But yeah, competition does not exist in Canada. And when they introduced it in the form of freedom, Rogers just tried to buy it, so. Brendan Lopes has both with the fiber internet to make it a little stronger. Your TV has not been freezing. You have the cable from Rogers. Hey. Holy shit. According to my cable modem, I have internet. Alexa, office light on. Alexa, office light off. I have internet. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna check. Maybe I'll leave this stream on Bell. I don't want to F with that. Are you kidding me? We're gonna have to YouTube. It's working. Earlier today, I tried to use my TV. I use an Amazon Fire Cube, and I couldn't access anything. I turned it on, and it's like, sorry, you have no internet. The Amazon Fire home screen is not accessible. So I had to go through the menu options, go through all my apps, launch Kodi, and then from Kodi, all I had downloaded was some really old episodes of Seinfeld. So I'm like, I guess this is what I'm watching. Of course, one's legally downloaded and obtained, but that's all I was able to do on my TV. So note to self, for next time this happens, have like a nice stash of like movies and stuff downloaded. Aficionado says staggered restoration, Johnny is first. Are we breaking this news live that Roger's internet has resumed? Let me see if the come on, phone. Come on, phone is on Wi-Fi. Speed test. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Rogers. That's not my full speed. My full speed is 1,000 down. Lisa says she's back up. The big thing for me is my upload. I need my upload to be around 30. And there is my upload right almost bang on. Stephen Walsh is still down on Rogers. Michelle Briggs says Rogers at home. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to rub it in. We're still dumping all over Rogers on this stream. I'm just happy it's up. And yes, you are breaking news and not breaking the internet. Finally, I don't have to watch. Not that I don't like Seinfeld. I really like Seinfeld, but when that's like the only thing you have. I'm putting my stream on my own TV. Lisa says laptop isn't working yet. Yeah, I actually... Oop, there we go. My stream loaded. All right. Anyways, thank you, Belle, for powering the stream. We are back. Center lane to try each node. Have you seen The Boys season finale? No, I have not. Alley Walks. No, I have not. I've seen the finale of season 8 of 90 Day Fiancé, and I'm all caught up on season 9 of 90 Day Fiancé. And I watched a show about like people with nasty feet on Discovery Plus that was just like so fascinating. I couldn't look away. So that's what I watched last night. But hey, internet appears to be back up. Let's end the poll. So has Rogers screwed you over today? So I'm assuming that means you were fairly significantly impacted. 50% said yes, 40% said no, 11% said yes, but not that much. Thank you for taking part in the poll. All Sorts says I'm with Freedom. That's the only reason you can be watching, because it's unlimited. Freedom is... I have nothing wrong with Freedom. It only sucks when you go to like smaller towns outside of the GTA. Or out of province like Quebec, it stops, but you can always roam on other networks. Otherwise, I think Freedom is pretty great. I still use them as my primary phone provider. But yes, Rogers. Hey. It's only a matter of time before it goes down. Glad it was down long enough to not work and still get paid. There's people who... I was reading online who said that they couldn't work from home because they had no internet. So their boss was like, come into work, and then they went into work and realized they couldn't work from there either. So hopefully all those people got paid. Monkey Man Productions from London, Ontario. And that is the end of the first video. So that was... I wasn't really paying close attention to that, but that was a walk from Front Street north up through the entertainment district to King, and then we went east over to Yonge Street. It's just I think it's amazing how our country can be so dependent on one like greed driven company. If you elect me for Prime Minister, sorry Patrick Brown, you may have been quashed for... I don't know. I'm kind of sad to see that. He was like the only hope that party had, in my opinion. Not to talk too political, but he's been ousted. But if I was Prime Minister, I would put a motion that nobody at the CRTC could be a former telecom executive. just because there's way too much shadiness going on. And that results in like horse shit like we saw today. All right, another video. This one recorded a few days ago. We are starting at the lake. Once again, I am syncing the video, and we're gonna ride our e-scooter north on this one. And Buses Gaming says he did a stream building your PC. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Lisa says, I agree that Pierre D-Face is going to end up. Yeah, and the problem with that is they're pandering to the radicals, when really a lot of liberal supporters, I think, could get behind like a true fiscal conservative who still has a lot of Canadian values, and that was kind of Patrick Brown. I mean, he's done a fantastic job as mayor of Brampton. Like, I guess they wanted to keep going full Republican. I don't know. But it sucks for him. That's twice now he's been in scandals where he really didn't do anything wrong. Linda Jane Jackson says, cheers to all who had probs with no internet. Very well said, Linda Jane Jackson. And to those, hopefully everyone who did have problems are coming back online. I'm not going to change my thumbnail. I originally had the Rogers logo in my thumbnail, and I was like, maybe they'll take a swing at me if I do that. So I took it out and I just put in some text. Michael says, how long will Rogers Internet be back on? I don't know. Until the next time. Gaby says, yes, Skydome forever, 100%. What a stupid thing Rogers did renaming it. They could have called it Rogers Skydome. Cody, yeah, I see your point there. I try not to be too political, but I kind of talk myself into it. I say what I would do if I were PM. I can't read your first name. Jetset18. Happy Friday, Johnny. What beer are you having tonight? We're having a 4-track IPA. Matty D says, I'm assuming Trudeau is not popular in Canada. I think his popularity is sliding quite significantly. Susan says, how do I get on the Cogeco train? You got to move to Niagara Falls. I think all the people out that side are on the Cogeco train. Aficionado, yeah. Where was the CRTC like fining CTV for basically ruining someone's career over that? Talk about being irresponsible. Donnie Brown says, we do not mention our Prime Minister in Scotland. Our big bills and electricity are about to rise another 65%. We know those feelings over here. Yeah, Bill, I don't think they're going to be able to get control of Freedom Mobile, but the merger with Shaw might still go through. That's still up in the air. Marg H says, up to the hammer. So from Hamilton to Niagara, you're in the hands of a much smaller, slightly less evil empire. Sullivan's Wi-Fi is still not working. So I am riding the scooter. 2 days ago I did a video through the Portlands on the e-scooter, and this one is on my way home from after recording that ride. Vivian Johnson is on Cogeco. She had Bell and had to call 5 to 6 times a month for repairs every year. That sucks. Were you on DSL? With Bell, you're either on DSL, which isn't very fast, and they've actually rebranded it Fibe to try to trick people. But if you're on Bell Fiber, that is excellent, if not slightly expensive. Lisa, that is true. All right, Wing Zero, thank you. Well, has never heard of Kojiko until just now. When I lived in Milton, actually, I had a house there when I when I graduated university. I was on Kojiko, so I think it goes a little bit beyond Hamilton, actually. Vivian had Fibe5. That's however they branded it. Ricardo is Bell Fiber. Bell Fiber and not Fibe is excellent. Beanfield is even better, but I think fiber connections are the way to go. Oh, I should have used this as my thumbnail. That was a nice looking shot. So this is Bay and King Street. Clayton Crawford is here. I don't know, Naughty. I don't know much about the Scottish utility market. Peter Charles, I would hope that there's a lot of business owners that are out a proper amount of money because of that. I'd be happy to get in on that just to send a message. Novell says, yes, it's important to get plenty of fiber. Welcome back, Clayton, and thank you. We're over 200 viewers. I think we're still probably down a bit because it doesn't seem like Rogers is back up for everyone, but thank you guys. I was not anticipating the full crowd tonight. Like 60% of my viewers are Canadian, and about 40 to 45% of them fell off the face of the earth today in terms of supporting me. So I imagine every YouTuber who has a sizable Canadian audience felt from this. So it's good to see. Hopefully my internet is up, so hopefully this is a good sign. Hayrie Park says, good evening, Johnny and friends. Just dropped by quickly before a test today. What kind of test are you taking? Either way, good luck. Hopefully not a blood test. Or if it is, it's a good outcome. Ricardo says Bell Fiber is so fast. Yeah, I can't wait. I have Bell Fiber installed. It's just a matter of it going live. If you care to bowl after, yeah, maybe I'll do. You guys know how to find me on MetaQuest 2. I need to get tomorrow's video edited and starting to upload into the interwebs. If the internet was down, I was actually thinking of doing a night video. Possibly going around walking Midtown or hopping on the scooter or bike and going downtown. Hunter Stewart says he's getting less views on his videos. Yeah, I'm down massively today. Novell Cost, I went through that on, I think it was that on the Stumble stream. One of my recent streams I pulled up the demographics. If I check like today, of course, it's not going to show that many Canadian, but audience, top geographies, last 28 days. Oh, Canada sitting at 45% right now, but I think that's including the dip from today. Do you power through some work things? Yes, of course. Isn't that how everyone wants to spend their Friday night? Fans Buses Gaming got a Ryzen 7. Which chip in particular? Harry says it's a translation test to switch your job as a full-time translator. Ooh, well, good luck on that. If it's Korean to English, I already know you're going to do really well. My Versa battery is low. Ken did a video called Toronto Tri-Mode Transit Trip. So this is north up Bay Street. You took Monday off and you took the week after next off. Could backfire on you. I used to hate just taking a single day off at work because I would find that whenever you took just one day off, your kind of responsibilities would never get shifted to anyone else, possibly for good reason, right? Your out of office email wouldn't say like, hey, contact someone else, right? You would just say, sorry, I'm out, I'll be back Tuesday. So that Tuesday sucked because you would basically have to do 2 days of work in one day. Whereas if you're off for a week, it's like, I'm not here. This guy's going to cover me for this. This person's going to cover me for that. Your out of office can kind of delegate all your work, and like your boss will make arrangements for other people to take care of your shit because you're away. But when you're away for one day, it's like, no, you can't do that, right? So yeah, not a fan of just taking one day off. Fansbus's Gaming says he couldn't afford anything better than a 5700G, even though you have an RTX 30. The 5700G is a pretty badass chip. It's low TDP. You get 8-core performance. A 5600X might be like comparable for gaming, but since you're doing video editing and stuff, 5700G is decent. And you can always later, you can pull that RTX out of it. And you still have a standalone system, right? You still have a graphics card in it. Clayton Crawford says, I write my newsletter under review, and so is review connected to Rogers? I have no idea, Clayton. I have no idea. Alex says, hello from St. Catharines. Lisa had to explain 3 ways to Sunday your manager that Wi-Fi equals internet. People always say, like, the Wi-Fi is down. The Wi-Fi down. No, it's your internet is down. Oh, when they move to a house, does it have Wi-Fi? It's like, you're asking, does it have internet? Johnny, if you need to get your wisdom teeth removed or whatever, take the 506 Carlton to Main Street Station to Augusta Avenue, 4th floor for the specialist. Brandon, that's very specific, but thank you. Harry says, it's not Korean to English, but Korean to Japanese. Ooh, trilingual. That's awesome. Pally BHG says, yeah, that's a little different, I think. But in general, we shouldn't be saying the Wi-Fi is down. We should be saying the internet is down. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine when I hear people say that. It's kind of a... I don't know. I'm going to stop talking about this. Can you convert this document without Wi-Fi? Am I getting my wisdom teeth out? No. My wisdom teeth actually came in perfectly straight. And when I was younger, I already had 4 teeth pulled, which kind of made room for them to come in. So they're not impacted, they're in straight. The dentist said leave them alone. If they give you problems later in life, we'll have them taken out. But I've made it this far and I've had no problems with them. Ebron says Rogers is back on. Welcome to the club. My Rogers came back on during this stream. Henrique says, so apparently you have Bell internet. No, I have Rogers internet. I'm streaming this through the power of a Bell SIM card, actually. I've got a Samsung Galaxy S20 FE USB, so not Wi-Fi hotspotting, but USB networking to my PC here. Yeah, I heard about the former Japanese PM. He said apparently in Japan they have 10 incidences of gun violence a year on average. Like, what is that, like 20 minutes worth in the US? Like, that's pretty amazing. Thank you, Clayton. My wisdom teeth make me very wise. Peter Charles says the web or the net. Which one? I would say the internet is a little more encompassing. You're still down on Rogers. I think you'll be on deck pretty soon because it seems like Rogers is coming back online. Why do they call it wisdom anyways? I have no idea. Bill Chow says Fido and Rogers phone service in BC is still down. That sucks. So this was recorded the other night, making my way north up Bay the other day. All right, Hayrie Park, good luck on your test. I've got my chat over here. That's why I keep looking this way, and I've got my screen over there. Sorry, Harvard Village. There you go. What's up, CJ? Hello, Action Skating is here. Hello. Long time no see. Thank you to all 227 of you who have tuned in thus far. It's very much appreciated. And we have arrived in fabulous Yorkville. Bill says Roger's data is back on. I think it's just a matter of time before everyone has it back on now. All right, you were debating how old I am. Let me know what you think and what your hubby thinks, and I'll let you know who the winner of that debate is. Unknown says just got the internet back. I got my Rogers back earlier on this stream. Mark S says 43. Maddie D says 27. This is enjoying tequila and soda. Ruben says 19. Alex says 36. Bucky Smith says older than dirt. Alexi says 27. Beluda 100. Unknown very confident that I'm 41. Cody says 43. Naughty says we know you're 28. I was asking the one person who was debating how old I am, and everyone's maybe I didn't specify that. Aficionado says 1984. PGH with the closest at 99. Oliver Warmflash 41. Linda Jane Jackson 32. Terry 43. Alejandra 35. Ibran 42. Byung Cho says a young 42. Fans Buses Gaming says 38. Matty D says no way he's in his 40s. Must be an 80s kid for sure. I've mentioned my age before. It's been a while, but I have. I think a lot of people that have been regulars for a while know how old I am. Linda Jane says 43. No more than 30. I think this hair is not helping me look any older. All right. Yeah, now everyone's guessing. What did you guess? I said you were in your early 30s. Mike said you were early 40s. Ding, ding, ding. Mike, you are the winner. If I'm hiring for the guess your age or weight game at the CNE, I will hire Mike. The answer is 41. Born in November of 1980. Peter says he's a grumpy young man. Grumpy. Am I grumpy? Unknown says 41. Do you remember the Hoover administration? No, I don't. I barely remember Reagan. I think I remember Reagan because he was brought up on like an episode of Who's the Boss. Do you remember Who's the Boss? I grew up with that. Growing Pains. That was my generation. Shows like Different Strokes and Webster were... I watched them, but I was really young when they were on. So I was like the next wave of shows. You're not grumpy. I'm pretty grumpy tonight. Johnny, do you like the brownstone houses? Yes, I do. Alex says 41 and you still have all your hair. You know, I have learned that this is actually true. People that have a lot of facial hair and like hairy chests and stuff tend to go bald later in life. And guys that can't grow like thick facial hair like me tend to have full hairlines. It's not 100% of the case, but generally it's true. When you see like fully bearded men, their hair tends to be thinner or they tend to be going bald. Whereas when you see guys that can't, I don't really know how you'll know if someone, because people shave, but guys that can't grow like thick facial hair tend to have full heads of hair. It's just nature's way of evening it out, I guess. Joseph says that sounds anecdotal. It's actually not anecdotal. I picked that up in a class somewhere. So you can't... Yeah, there's always exceptions to it. I didn't say it's true 100% of the time, but it's generally true. Look it up. It's generally true. Novell says testosterone increases body hair and decreases head hair. Low testosterone for the win. Hey! I don't know if that's true. Marg H says, so you shave once a month. Martin says, that's me. Linda Jane says, hair thing. Same goes for women. I don't know, Thet. I don't know. Aficionado has caused Rogers outages before. The longest was email for 10,000 customers for one day. The motherboard blew the physical server. Mike T says, in my family, the men lose their hair early. Yours started going in the mid-20s. I think my dad lived, I think, to his early 70s, and he had a full-ass head of hair to the final day, so I think that's a good sign. Naughty says, why don't men shave under their arms? Why do women shave under their arms? We could put that the other way, right? These are the kind of quality topics that you guys tune into on, on this stream. Susan says 90210, Family Matters, Full House, Saved by the Bell. I watched all of those shows. Alex loved the Olsen twins growing up. Are we going north up Yonge Street? All right, we're gonna, maybe I'll cut this when I get to St. Clair. Even some people go gray in their early 20s. Yeah, I knew people in high school that were kind of going gray, and that was late teens. I don't know if that question is appropriate, Bucky Smith. And the moderator took care of it. Joseph says, I almost got hooked right there by a DHL truck. Yeah, I almost did. Marcia says, baldness comes from your mother's side. I thought, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. I don't know why I need this specialist, Brandon Lopes. I don't think I have a problem with my wisdom teeth. M says, hey Johnny, what parts of Toronto should I avoid? Well, should avoid for what? Anywhere you're likely to encounter sketchiness, you're probably just not going to go to hang out anyways. So I really wouldn't be worried. And why does being from Mississauga have anything to do with it? I really wouldn't be worried about going anywhere in Toronto. Remember Home Improvement, Tim the Tool Man, and his Binford Tools, was that it? Binford and his neighbor Wilson, who we never saw his face. Unknown. I think anyone relying on Rogers services went down. So that means tech savvy, all the smaller ISPs that can't have their own in the ground infrastructure went down. All of the companies that piggyback off their cell phone network went down. So it wasn't just Rogers. They brought a whole lot down with them. Feeney is the same guy as in Knight Rider Kit. I did not know that, Mr. Feeney. Do you think Via Rail is going on strike next week? I am not the person to ask, Marion G. I have no idea. That's a good question for probably Reese from the RM Transit channel. Ebron says Toronto is relatively safe. That is true. Peter Trout says Moss Park is a nice place for summer family picnics. You could probably go there and have a picnic. I don't know how comfortable you would be, but I imagine it would be fine. Zoomer Wireless is down, the same as Fido. Did you watch Baywatch? No, I didn't. I didn't watch Baywatch. We are almost at St. Clair and Yonge. That's when I'm going to kill this one. Did they tell us what happened to their infrastructure, though? I don't think we know. Did they send out a new tweet? I never use Twitter, but I've got Rogers Twitter up here. Alex says I wouldn't film a video on the east side of downtown. Ken films videos there almost every other day. His whole channel might as well be called East Side of Downtown Walks. I don't think he has any problems. I do the east side all the time. I think it's fine. Are there more tweakers there? Yeah, but just don't point the camera in their face. I don't have any problem with that. Rogers has not updated. Their last tweet was 3 hours ago, acknowledging the impact our outage is having on your life. We have every technical resource and partner fully deployed to solve the problem. As soon as we know the specific time the networks will be fully operational, we will share with you. Right now, we are focused on the solution. Some of our customers have raised questions of credits, and of course, we'll be proactively crediting all customers, and we'll share information soon. Thank you, Rogers. I'm looking forward to that $3 you send me for the day. And he would, yeah. A lot of people had that problem. Hebron says we watched an almost OD on Ken. Yeah, I saw that, actually. That was sad stuff. GLF? Who is GLF? Susan says Flintstones, Jetsons. I didn't watch Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, but I did watch the first two. Okay, this video has overplayed its welcome. Yoink. Oh, this is what I have. Okay, this is Canada Day. Tech Needs T says, just got off work. What did you miss? You missed a $4 million super chat, and I turned into Superman and fought some crime. No, you didn't miss a whole lot. Just me complaining about Rogers. I did tech click the notification bell, so next time you go live, I should get it. I was subscribed to you, but I didn't have that notification bell checked, so I have checked it off. How long are we just going to chill on this camera view? Oh, well. Lisa says, who knew I was rich? Joseph was enjoying that protected bike lane on Yonge. We'll be back. I've shown that protected bike lane many a times. Susan says, I'm her mod. Yeah, sorry about that, Tech. I need to be better about not missing your streams. Fan says, I have not seen Bevy in a while. She popped in once a few weeks ago, but yeah, she's been MIA for a few months. Don't know. Rip Polly Walnuts from The Sopranos. I don't even know who that is. That was one show I didn't get into and didn't watch. I don't know, Peter Charles. I mean, they'll probably just do a prorated credit for like the 14 hours people are without service, but obviously that is not commensurate to how much people actually lost. I imagine like YouTubers in total lost a lot. Just YouTubers alone and lost views from Canadians that couldn't access it. Just imagine what like the real businesses lost. Definitely not a good day. What's your favorite park in Toronto for biking? Park? Tommy Thompson, I think. Definitely do a nice lap around Tommy Thompson. Although apparently you're not supposed to ride your bike around the one shore, but people do it all the time. Clayton Crawford is back for the second time. Welcome back, Clayton Crawford. Marie Palmer just noticing that Tech has two. Yes, she does. I need to watch the second one, but I went through the first one. I don't think I saw a face reveal. Is that not going to happen, Tech? Not to put you on the spot. You appreciate it? Don't bother with the first one. It's just you and your patio. But it was fun. It's fun listening to you talk. I think you've got a knack for being on the camera and keeping people entertained. Fishnell says, Rogers back in East York. Now close to Scarborough. Hopefully it's back for everyone pretty soon tonight. Susan says she's shy like me. I'm shy. My first ever live stream, I was like shirtless. That's not shy, even though it was completely accidental. Oh, I flatter you? I am just being brutally honest. I have a penchant for doing that. It's better to be stupidly honest than to tell a lie, which people will see through. Alex says Rogers is back in York and North York too. Yeah, it's seems to be a staggered coming back, but good thing people are getting service back. Someone was already saying today that they didn't think it would be back till Monday, which I didn't think made a whole lot of sense. Susan says shirtless Johnny, hashtag OnlyFans. I don't think it would be the U.S. preparing to invade. There were conspiracy theories I was reading online that it was the Russians doing it. But more likely it was just some incompetent server upgrade or something like that. Why is Tommy Thompson Park unfortunately named Bucky? I don't know the history of the name, but seems like a name to me. Kenny the Dragon says, for me, Rogers is back now. Think about the fallout if it was Monday. I don't know if the fallout from this is going to be severe or not, because it's only one day. People have short memories, right? Our premier operates on that basis, and he was kind of right and got away with it. So who knows? Maybe they got hacked and are keeping silent. You think if they got hacked that they would, if I was Rogers and I got hacked, I would be open about it. A, it's a national security threat. If, you know, a major ISP gets hacked, and B, that kind of scapegoats you to say like, hey, not our incompetence. We did everything we could, providing they had, I don't know. Just reading some of your messages. Not a hack, the news says. Probably not. I don't know. I'm just glad it's back. I'm not going to forgive them. I'm still going to switch all my services away from them, but I'm glad it's back. Hello, Mario Thompson. A pleasant Friday to you. Pleasant Friday to you as well. I know it says, how did you upload a video in the morning when the internet was down all day? The video this morning I uploaded yesterday. The one that is way down on views, way down on Canadian views. Thank you, Rogers. But the video for tomorrow I was going to upload this morning, but I couldn't. But now I'm going to upload, I think, the video I filmed today tomorrow. And we'll push that maybe to Sunday or Monday. Apparently, according to Cloudflare, this was a BGP problem, Alexi. I was reading about that on one of the subreddits. Susan says, as soon as Rogers is back, we're switching. One of the problems is if you switch to like tech savvy, you're still kind of on Rogers, and now you're paying more for a slower service if you do that. And if you switch to Bell, if you're not on fiber, you're definitely downgrading your service. Yeah, Joseph, for me, it's not a huge deal, but I'm going to be getting Bell Fiber as soon as it's available. It's already installed in my building, and I also have like 80 gigabyte data plans on my phone, which I can always use to hotspot and that sort of thing. So for like a day or two, if the internet went down, I'd be fine. If it was longer than that, it would be one of those like, holy shit, this is bad for society problems, and I shouldn't be so worried about just me being down. Lisa's heard good things about Beanfield. Beanfield, yeah, they're actually in my building. Well, they have a connection to my building, and when I went to their website, it said, hey, service is available. And then when I called them, they're like, no, it shouldn't say that. Like, we're in your building, but your building management has not made any agreements with them to be able to install their services here. Susan got Bell Fiber. If you've got Bell Pure Fiber, I would definitely get that. Brandon says, what's a better name for Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. I don't even know what Dragon Ball Z is. Well, I know what it is, but that's about it. So this is the rear view of the Humber River Trail that I recorded on Canada Day. That's what this view is right now. Oh, tomorrow I think there's some festivals going on. I think there's the salsa on St. Clair. I'm gonna try to record that, and maybe I'll have that uploaded for Sunday. And then there's one up on Lawrence, I think, as well. Taste of Lawrence. So I'll try to do that one maybe on Sunday. So there's a lot going on. You remember the world before the internet? It was much nicer. I remember the world before the internet. I don't know. It was certainly less toxic, but the internet's pretty convenient. We can't lie on that. Mark S, happy birthday. Sorry I missed it. Sunjib says, and for Monday. And for Monday what? Is there not a taste of India? I don't know, Mark S. Oh, there is a festival in the Gerard Little India area. In fact, I saw John Tory at that festival when I walked through back in 2019, and that made it into one of my videos. Everyone should read Stolen by Stolen Focus. All right, Vivian Johnson, we'll see you soon. I don't know how much longer this will be. Techneeds T says, when I move up, should I keep my American plan Verizon or should I switch to Bell or Rogers? I think Verizon gives me free talk and text and data in Canada. Not sure how it works. If you're planning on moving back to the States, I think my brother lives in the US or lives in Niagara, and I think he has a Verizon plan. So it's totally doable. But if you're not going to move back to the States, I don't think that makes sense. I think you should just get Freedom or something. Joseph says he saw a tweet estimates 600 million in losses due to the outage. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised by that. Ruben says, so before the internet, did people just stand around and stare at the world instead of being on their phones? Apparently, today was interesting. There weren't so many like cell phone zombies and stuff walking around outside. It was kind of nice. Techneeds T says she's not going to go back. You want to eventually get citizenship in Canada? Citizenship? You're welcome, Marquez. Christine Camley says, good night, Marie Palmer. Did I miss something? Are you going to... Someone's going? I don't know. I know Vivian's going. Mario Thompson says cell phone zombies. It's a problem. If you're walking down the street looking at your phone, you better be glancing at it and keeping your eyes forward. Some people can do that, but you get those people that just get buried in their phone and they expect the entire world to jump out of their way. And that's when you have a problem. Those are the cell phone zombies. DJ Ian says we should get T-Mobile. Freedom is similar to T-Mobile, actually. Transwave says, so you're not on Rogers. I am on Rogers. Yeah, that's probably true, Victor. So tech, it's Canada or bust, it sounds like. Well, welcome to Canada in advance. Christine doesn't think... No, I think Freedom is mostly Ontario. I think they're in like Manitoba too. They're definitely not in Quebec, because when I go to Quebec, I get no service. Alex, this is the Humber River Trail. And we're doing some off-roading here. But the camera kind of smooths it out a bit too much, so you don't really see it. This was me making my way down to the Humber Bay Park. Mandy D has Verizon, and it's pretty expensive, but their cell service is excellent. Sanjay, it is. It came on during the stream. I've actually got the stream up over on the big screen, and now I can turn this light on. Alexa, office light on. And that'll give my face this nice warm glow, which I didn't have before. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that better? Susan wants Kojako. You can't get Kojako unless you move. So is Stumbles on Sunday? I think so, Ali. I think so. Good glow, warm but not too warm. Well, the light's only at like 30%. I normally leave that on, otherwise I look a bit too pasty, but I couldn't turn it on today because it's a smart light and it needs Wi-Fi and it just would not respond. And my other smart light does work. When I turn the switch, it does go on and off regardless as to if there's internet. But this one doesn't do shit if there's no internet. So yeah, whatever brand this is, I'd stay far away from that. I ever think about moving to another place? No, not really. I'm pretty happy in Toronto. I am thinking about traveling to another place. Tomorrow night, I'm going to try to hash it out because I have a few friends that are interested in going to make a plan for August. And it was originally going to be Japan, but it's looking more and more like Europe for August. And I'm debating not telling anyone and just showing up and doing a live stream from wherever I end up going. And the other thing is the trip will be like within a month from now. So it's going to be coming up pretty soon. So the idea is Europe August, while it's nice and super cheap. I want to go to like Eastern Europe, like Prague or Budapest, but it's going to be like one of the big mainstream cities. I'm kind of hoping for Amsterdam, but I'm at the mercy of my friends. That'll be August, and then I'm 100% going to Thailand. I don't care. I miss it. I'm going there in like November, right around my birthday. Text says, can I come? Sure. Everyone's invited. Just, you got to pay your own way. Robert says, go to Amsterdam. I would like to. Mark S says, what about India? I hope so someday. I would like to go to India someday. Naughty says Amsterdam is filthy. I think I could handle it. Alex says not the countries bordering Belarus. I wouldn't have a problem going to like Poland or something. But yeah, I wouldn't go to Ukraine right now, obviously. Alexi's saying Prague is much better than Budapest. Yeah, I like exploring cities. To me, I'm not about... That's why I think like Amsterdam to me would probably be more interesting than like a Paris or London, even though those cities are much bigger and have more to explore. But we'll see. We'll see. Damn it, I have enough Aeroplan points. I deserve an actual vacation at this point. So we will see. Lisa says Rotterdam over Amsterdam. Why not both? Never really been. What about Vienna? I feel like it's underrated. I don't know, Tech. Let me go somewhere in Europe first. Get my feet wet. And then we'll see how I feel about going back. It's as someone who likes to travel really, really cheaply, it's very uncharacteristic for me to go to a place like this. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I can come to Scotland and visit you. You know, I was watching a video, the top places to visit in Europe, and it was by one of these big YouTubers, and he had like Edinburgh as like number 4. I was like, really? Apparently there's a lot there. Lisa says, hope you don't lose your luggage. There's no luggage to lose. This guy carries on only. I'm not someone who will ever check luggage unless I am like moving or going somewhere for like months on end. I'm just not a fan of checking luggage. I have one proper size carry-on, and I always stay within their weight limits, even though they seldom seem to weigh them. So I'm not taking up more than my share of overhead space. I'm taking up exactly my share of overhead space and a small bag to go under the seat in front of me, as you are allowed that as well, and that's it. That's how I fly. If it can't fit in either of my bags, it's not going with me. Tex says, good on you, Johnny. Carry on only. Carry on only is the only way to travel. It's the only way to travel. And then you like walk off the plane and you don't have to worry about like the baggage check or the baggage claim. It's so much better. Especially when you land in like the US, when you land as a domestic flight, because you're literally just like walking off the plane right out into the open streets. Christine has seen some decent travel packages for Paris and London. I'm seeing some decent flight options for both of those and surprisingly affordable hotels for both of those. That's why I'm kind of getting a little bit excited about going to a big European city. It's not often that those cities are as low as they are relative to the Canadian dollar, but if you're ever going to travel to Europe and you're in North America, this seems to be a good chance dollar wise. I think the euro and the pound are taking a bit of a beating. Marcus says go somewhere warm. That'll be November. Tex says fly Norwegian Airlines. They're pretty cheap. I think I'm going to fly Aeroplan Airlines and not pay for my ticket at all. I've got like 3 years of Aeroplan points like in my back pocket. Alex wanted to go to New York City this summer but can't because university preparation. New York, highly recommend it. Does Toronto still have that iguana problem? I don't think we do. Thank you, Christine. I hope so. One thing I'll do is I'll probably stay at like a medium range budget hotel, but I'll go all out one night and stay at like a really fancy ritzy place, maybe 1 or 2 nights. And I'll be able to make a video of that, one of my famous luxury hotel videos. That's we'll see. I'll probably see the price and be like, no, we're going to the Howard Johnson London if that exists. Novell Cost, I don't think we do either. Whereas Perry is watching Chelsea Handler on August 12th. Is that a singer? I don't even know who that is. Tex says, have you considered putting your GoPro up to the plane window and recording takeoff landing? I think that would be cool. No. The reason for that is this guy only takes aisle seats. Middle row aisle is the way to go. Never window seat. I have the bladder of a 100-year-old. It's just not happening, especially on a longer haul flight. That window seat is not worth it. Not worth it at all. Give me the aisle, especially on a long haul flight. You want to be in the middle aisle. That way, the people in the middle can actually go out the other way. So you rarely have to move out of their way. I usually fly solo and I get stuck next to a couple. So when one of them has to go to the bathroom, they always like step over their partner rather than the random stranger. So you never have to get up. You have unlimited access to your overhead luggage, unlimited access to the bathroom. So if you kind of have to go, but not really, you can keep an eye on them. And when there's no line or they're clear, you can get up and go. Whereas when you're sitting on the window, man, everything's an ordeal. You got to like time it. You see the drink cart or the food cart and you're like, shit, I can't go. I got to make these people move and then I'm going to get stuck. When you're in the aisle, life is good. That's my biggest pro tip for flying. If it's under like a 5-hour flight, I could take a window seat. But if I'm going over the ocean, I am sitting in the aisle every single time. Short flight doesn't really matter. Christine knows how to do it. Aisle is the way to go, 100%. Tex says, but sleeping on the window is the best way to sleep in economy. Oh, I don't sleep. I have never been unconscious for 1 second on an airplane. I just sit there. So all the more reason to stay in the aisle. Marg agrees with Deborah. Deborah says the best chips are the salt and vinegar. Oh, having a different conversation. Marion G says same, aisle for the win. Alex says we'll take your advice. Well, try it. If I also have alcohol on my flights, and that contributes to having to use the bathroom fairly often, and especially if it's like the middle of the night. or the middle of like a long haul flight and the people beside you are passed out and you're stuck in the aisle, what do? Do you wake them up to like get them out of the way so you can go to the bathroom? I don't want to be that guy. Aisle seats are more convenient when going to the restroom, 100%. I've told the story before, but I remember flying from Cambodia to Thailand. No, Vietnam to Thailand once. And it was on like a budget airline. And as soon as the seatbelt sign went off, I looked behind me. There's a dude about my size. So I thought nothing of it. And I popped my seat back. And he basically wanted to have a fist fight because I reclined my seat because it got in his way. What a douche. Recline your seats, folks. You're allowed to. But be mindful of the person behind you. If that makes sense. Obviously, I'm not going to do it if it's like a super big person, like a guy who's 8 feet tall. I'll ask to be polite if it's someone with crutches. But if it's just a regular person, push your seat back. You have that right. Minicat says exit 19, exit row on window. Exit rows are good. The problem with the exit rows is you don't have that seat in front of you, right? So I like sitting in the exit row, but you have to put all your bags in the overhead. You can't put your like mini bag under the chair in front of you because there is no chair in front of you. But yeah, I've been happy every time I've been on the exit row. And then your TV tray ends up, or sorry, your TV ends up on this like stupid arm that swings out from under your seat, or it's like stuck on the wall in front of you and it's tiny and it's too far away. Those are my gripes with the exit row. Just reading some of your comments. Greg says exactly, especially when you're at the airport bar before boarding. I just suck it up and go to those bars. What is this, $15 for a Coors Light? Give it to me. I wouldn't be caught dead paying that outside of an airport, but when you're in the airport, man, you just take it. Alex has never flown before. As we continue to buzz along the Humber River, I used to fly a lot. I used to probably 10 times a year get on a plane. So it's been a long time. Sanjay says $15 for a Coors Light. Airport prices, man. Airport prices. I've never been in like a little Cessna. My aunt used to fly them, but I've never been in one of those small planes. CJ loves the playlist. Sounds like something Dr. Disrespect would play. Tech is flying 4 times in the next 2 weeks. I forgot I left the playlist on, actually. Clayton says, when I fly anywhere, I typically want the seat nearest to the exit door because that way as the airplane is going into a nosedive, you'll be the first to jump out. I don't know if that's how it works, Clayton. I don't think that door pops open while the plane is going down. I think it pops open after the plane has gone down. PJ says we have rules at our airport that they have to charge the same as outside the airport, but no one uses our airport. Where is that, PGH? Where is that? I don't know, Novell Cost. I'd like to think that those planes were flying anyways with or without me. And that was mostly when I lived back in Korea. And it was really easy to like hop on a flight and go to Taiwan or go to Busan or something. Herman once sat next to the pilot in an 8-seater. That's crazy. PGH says Pittsburgh. Oh, that's a neat rule. Ever been to the Singapore airport? No, I haven't. Marcia used to fly a Piper Cherokee. Only in the air, never learned to land. So you took over from someone when they were already up in the air? All right, I think we're gonna end up around 9:30. I still have a video to take care of after this and get it up for tomorrow. So I think at 9:30 we're gonna call it a stream, if that makes sense. Yep, the plane would have to be landed on the ground or water to kick the exit door open. Yeah, I figured, Christine, I don't think you could just open a door on a plane and jump out. You met a former prime minister on a plane. Deborah Ball vastly prefers trains to airplanes. You love traveling in Europe. I wish we had a better high-speed rail network. I kind of agree with you. It's cool. And the trains, you're in, like, you're going from city center to city center. So you don't have to worry about getting to the station. Then you don't have to worry about the extensive check-in and security process, right? 3 hours early becomes like 20 minutes early. And it's direct. It's just so much better. If you're coming in Toronto, like, it's dropping you off at Union Station. Think how much better that would be if only we had a proper high-speed rail. Herman was the only passenger on a 19-seater from Tampa to Key West. I've been on like full-ass planes where I'm like one of a handful of passengers, but never one that small. My guess is when that happens, I've been on like a full-ass plane where there was like 10 of us on there, and I'm thinking this airline would probably lose more money canceling this flight. They need this plane to be at the next destination to connect somewhere and make more flights. Otherwise, they would lose more. That's why they're sending an almost empty flight. I think they're always playing that like cost benefit analysis game. Like, is it worth it if they haven't sold enough? Do we cancel the flight or do we send it on? I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I'm assuming that's how you end up on empty flights. Is they would lose more money canceling the flight than just going ahead with a severely undersold flight. You put my stream sound on the telephone call from insurance sentences every hour. All right, fans, I'll take a look. Deborah Ball is loving the scenery. Thank you. Perfect day for touring some wineries. Was that today? Herb flew in a Cessna from the island airport to Ottawa back in the day. Nice to see landmarks. The pictures of people flying in and out of the island airport are phenomenal. I have not yet done that. I need to get on a Porter flight. Christine was on a flight from Ottawa where Madam Justice Beverly McLaughlin, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, was asked to marry her fiancé. Wow. That's pretty special. Has anyone traveled overseas with only a personal item? I've done it with only carry-on, but only a personal item. That's literally just a small backpack or purse, right? I imagine someone has done it. Unknown says I should do a Sheridan Mall tour. Sheridan Mall in Mississauga? Some airlines are on strike. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to get away. We'll try to get away with it. Although I'm hoping a big flight to London or something isn't gonna fall under the axe of Air Canada, but we'll see. And we are not yet at... Yeah, this was a long ride, actually. This took me a while to get there. Deborah Ball went to Europe for 3 months with just a carry-on. There you go. That's how you do it. Be nice and light. Basic toiletries. Carry-on. Susan says backward video. Backwards facing video. Thinking New York City or Chicago in the fall. Go to Chicago. Tech will be there to give you the grand tour. Chicago has an amazing waterfront. Todd's been trying to cram everything into a 20-liter backpack for this fall. Where are you going this fall? And we're at 144 likes. Thank you. Thank you very much. We need to send the message out to everyone that their Rogers is back on. You can connect. You can come back. The dark side has returned. Actually, let me see one thing. We'll see if we get all these views back. Now I'm only down about 7,000 views over the last 24 hours. instead of 8, but I guess this stream has kind of boosted that a little. Epic Nation HD, welcome to God tier. Extra generous. Holy shit. Thank you, Epic Nation HD, for your awesome support. Rocking that cool banner. Thank you. Is that tied to a channel? Is there an Epic Nation HD channel that I should be checking out and have missed? Let's find out. Epic Nation HD. That sounds like a channel. There it is. Ooh. It is a channel. Call of Duty Mobile. All right. I'll check out more of your stuff. Thank you for joining on to God tier status. You play Minecraft and Roblox.
Terrific live stream, Johnny, as always.
Christine Camley, terrific live stream as always. Thank you, Christine, for your support. Thank you very much. We seem to have some similar ideas when it comes to travel as well. I'm looking forward to doing some travel. Thank you, Christine. And Epic Nation HD for joining in. And Lisa for her earlier contribution when she was under the impression that I was going to be uploading tomorrow's video through my cell phone. Susan says I still need to yes, the Stanley Parable. I will play it. I promise I will play it. Novell Costs. We forgot about that. That's more of a Johnny Stumbles topic. Don't make me take that channel down. But I think you know what it is. As embarrassing as it is. Lisa says, I tend to only super chat when I feel a little bad for you. Maybe there's a way to game the system there. Constantly come up with reasons for you to feel bad for me. Epic Nation HD, Rogers is back for me. At least the home internet is back for me. But when I started this video, it was down. You just got to switch light. The force of mobile gaming must have booted Rogers. You literally went to sleep at 4 a.m. and the entire network died. So you were playing the Switch that late? I haven't gotten into any of the current systems, but if I did, I think the Switch would be the one that I would get. TTO says still down. Yeah, it's probably still down for some people. Do you have Signal? Is that the like the WhatsApp replacement? I had it for a while. Back when everyone was going on this like boycott WhatsApp binge, but turns out none of my friends actually left WhatsApp, so I ended up deleting Signal, if that's what you're talking about. Did you see Grand Theft Auto is coming to Quest? No, I didn't. If it's Grand Theft Auto Bowling Edition, I'll be kind of excited. Ali BHG says, where's the video of you eating cinnamon in Florida? Ooh, some videos we will never play again. You play Mario Kart 7 or 8. I had the Wii U and played Mario Kart on that, and that was pretty sweet. You're wondering about the phone signal, the power signal to dial. Wing Zero has... I would imagine it would be up in most of Toronto by now. Christine says, definitely check out the Hotel Bonaparte. I'm sure I said that wrong. You haven't stayed there in a few years, but it used to be very economical for a hotel room in Paris. And still very nice, terrific part. I was watching about all the different sort of zones and regions in Paris. And it looks like there's 3 or 4 places that are kind of must-see, or must-stay at least. I will look that one up. Thank you, Christine. It's possible. I'm still pulling for Amsterdam. But I think those would be the 3 cities. There's a few people that we're going to get together and figure it out. But I think it's going to be Paris or London probably. But I'm on Team Amsterdam, so we'll see where we end up going. Naughty Brown loves Go Vacation on Wii. The original Wii was just full of shovelware. Christine says, I will love Amsterdam. I think I would. I think it's a city begging to be explored by on foot. Brad Palmer says, thanks again, Johnny Strides. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Brad Palmer, for watching and for your support. We're going to go in a minute from now, so we'll start. Alexa, remind me to end the stream in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Alexa is working. Thank you, Marie Palmer. Have a good night. Naughty Brown says, I'm going there. I'm going to Scotland. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Have I been to Turkey? No, I haven't. Although, when I was in Thailand in March, right when the pandemic hit, the guy beside me at a pool who I struck up a conversation with, him and his buddies were there, and they were all from Turkey. And then the news came out that people from Turkey were not allowed to go back home. Like, they just completely sealed off their entrance. So he was kind of effed. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. Christine says, I love Ireland. Seems like I would love a lot of places in Europe. I'm hoping to go. We're waiting for Alexa to kick me off. Sorry, Marg H. Lay off Alexa. Her timer is set again. Yeah, Todd, I read that, or I saw that in a YouTube video of all things last night. Remember those nights when you could just reliably turn on the internet and watch a YouTube video and it would just work? Whatever happened to those good old days? All right, Clayton, have a good night. And I'm just going to go ahead and say good night to everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Alexa, shut up. Maybe Reykjavik would be a good idea. Be sure to catch Tech Needs Tea's next live stream. Yeah, Alexa reminds her at 2 p.m. every day to eat a hot dog. Sorry about that. Thanks for your support. Thanks to those who sent supers. Thanks to Epic Nation HD for upgrading their membership, and just everyone else for watching. Hit the like button on the way out, or the dislike button if you didn't like it. Hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, we'll have a full crowd again for the morning premiere, because traffic was very light today on the YouTube front. Not surprising when so many Canadians were without their precious internet, but looks like Rogers finally got their shit back together. Thank you. I will probably not go live again till Sunday night on the Stumble stream, but I'm going to go out and record some videos tomorrow and hopefully again on Sunday. And I should have one live for tomorrow morning. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Where's my magic button to end this? Yoink.